right, let's go, Phillies.
Oh, yeah. Everybody hits. Everybody hits.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to this Fans View watch party. We got John, we got Anthony, we got Lauren, we got Carl, we got Miller Lite, we got City Sips. Lauren said, grab a drink, get ready.
Oh, yeah.
So I grabbed a few just in case.
There you
How's
go.
everybody?
Doing awesome.
Good.
Doing
real
good?
Good.
Doing good? Fired up
Especially after
Wednesday?
that sixth inning, sixth run, third inning, it makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, it does. We were talking earlier about the slow start, but that sure did disappear fast.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
There's our man Joe Stinger from FLA. Welcome, Joe.
There we go.
Welcome, Joe. So,
Like Cassiano said, they like getting punched in the face.
yep,
They enjoy it.
yep.
That's weird.
They punched back. It motivated them. It woke them up. You need that a little bit to get shocked. To put yourself into gear.
Nah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Rojas with the bunt to get Marsh over to third base there. It was nice.
Yeah, it looks like another pitching change, right?
Oh yeah, it's going to be pitch and change galore tonight.
Yeah, this could be a midnight game.
Oh yeah. Stickner wants 4 hours of hell.
Hey, I know it. No one really cares, but I do because I won again. I just want everybody to know. How's that? There you go. That's what I was looking for. How's that fantasy football looking, John?
Very well, very well. You pulled it out for us. You flipped the calendar there. We had the tough week this week, and you pulled it out.
Would you tell Sue? Would you tell Sue that I had the tough week, please?
You did. You had the tough week. And yep, your guys stepped up, and thanks to Jamar Chase, he scored 52.2 points. It pushed you over the top there, and
yep,
took the lead.
Yep.
So
nobody knows what you did in the past. It's on to week 6.
Right, exactly. You gave us the 3-2 lead, and we got about 18-point lead overall for between the total scores between the viewers and the host.
Okay,
so, which is also big. Samantha from Florida. I didn't want to butcher your name, so sorry. Samantha, you kicked butt this week, keeping up with the women kicking butt in this tournament with a score of 252.56. And actually this week the top 3 scorers were all women. So they keep showing their dominance. Hannah Margarita was second, and Donna Grasso was third. So yeah, they're playing well. Lauren and Anthony's on the docket for this week. So the bye week.
Let's go. You're on the hot seat. You got a good selection.
Oh,
Listen, yeah. I did some extensive research the last time I submitted those picks, and we still lost.
Yeah, but you were supposed to get dominated though, and you made it a close game. So you that extensive research helped you.
All right, we'll try again this week.
Because before the bye weeks, those every other week was a tough week for us. With them getting the first picks overall. So it was what you did was impressive to get the score the way it was.
All right, way to pump them up, John.
That's what we're here
way
for.
To pump them up. Anthony seems so excited he's going to put us all to sleep.
Exactly. I'm so excited for this.
I mean, good thing the Phillies are winning 6-1. I mean,
I don't think he cares about that either, John.
He almost thinks they're losing.
He said he likes the cheese.
Well, there you go. Got some wine to go with that?
Nah, just cheese. No wine in here.
No.
It does get around. Yes, Mom, it does.
But yeah, it's a good week. The Eagles are 5-0, and the Phillies are looking good here in this round. Hopefully to take the 2-1 lead tonight, and somebody's going to be down there tomorrow night for hopefully to close out, right?
Yeah, there's a few people going to be down there tomorrow night.
That'd be nice.
Yep.
That'd be real
Yep.
nice to see that.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Bring back memories from last year when you guys were there to clinch out.
Yep. Little block party, maybe a little ride on the merry-go-round.
Well, there you go.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel.
Oh, Ferris wheels. Same thing.
Mm,
Emily going to be there. Emily and Henry. Wow. Are they still together? They haven't broken up yet over this fantasy football?
Well, they're good because Emily won this week. So Emily won after Henry was talking trash. So, he already counted his chickens before they were hatched and said it was going to be a 4-1 lead for him going into this week. And Emily put her foot down and said, I don't think so.
Not so fast.
I think it's only a 3-2 lead. So
What we're doing?
Henry's licking some wounds right at the moment. So
Yeah, is that where he is?
yeah. So
All right.
yeah. Emily stuck behind her Eagles, and Henry didn't. So they cost them.
So is they're gonna just? I guess they're gonna just keep putting Schwarber out there the whole time. They're gonna just keep forcing them out, huh? That's just
Well,
what
he's
it is.
DHing.
No, I know, but it'd be nice to a hit every now and then would be good or something.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine, Mr. Pirates fan.
It's 6-1. He's saving it for when they need him.
yeah, but everybody said that, he was going to lead it off, home run.
Listen, it's all fine and well now, 6-1, but God forbid something bad happened, they'll be getting on them. So
I can assure you, no one on here was good when it was 1-0 and they were losing.
Well, shocker. That's a shocker.
It was early. It was early.
We called it when we were talking your pregame. At 6 o'clock we were doing our pregame, and we called it that Elder wasn't getting out of the third inning. We saw it as soon as Castellanos hit the home run.
We got to grab that other insurance run right now.
Yep. You got down third base.
You got what's the saying? You got to put the
keep adding on.
Just got to put the bat to their throat.
Yep. Foul ball, hopefully, right?
That's not happening.
Yep, foul ball.
Put the bat to the throat.
Oh, yeah. Step it down.
Nice touch with the game in the corner. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Yep.
How does John do that?
Oh, we can't give away secrets right now.
Sorry.
Magic.
We can't give away secrets.
Magic of StreamYard.
Yep. Thank you, StreamYard. Thank you.
Yeah.
And don't forget, stick with us all night because we're going to give away a mystery autographed baseball to our number one fan tonight. So be loud, be proud, make your comments. We'll interact with you.
All right.
Where's the ball autographed by you?
Well,
Nice to see Nola pitching well tonight. Yeah, what was it, the second inning that he gave up the run, but it's all good. It was only one run. They had that little bleeder after Acuna had the base hit, and then Albies had that little bleeder to his third base there. And,
Sean's wanting to sit Rojas. So
All right, so we got one for Schwarber and one for Rojas.
yeah, so let's put Cave out there and
Break out.
Pache. I don't know about that.
Your TV's behind mine.
Good.
Brian Brown, where you been?
Yeah.
Where have you been, Brian Brown?
Yep.
Taking the positive approach. Let's go Phillies, Birds. Let's go Sixers. Let's go Flyers.
All right. So that summed it up.
Well, the Flyers start tomorrow, so they get their season started tomorrow. It'll be
Yeah, they
see
do.
how that goes.
They're out there in Columbus. You're usually in church praying for us on Wednesday nights. Well, I'm glad somebody is.
exactly.
Because
He didn't say all that.
Oh no.
He didn't say anything about praying for you.
Us.
Us.
Great to be able to see the show. Well, thank you, and thanks for joining the show.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. But Henry has joined the show, and Henry, you're already behind. So, but you should be used to being in second, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Jeez.
I'll let you buy me a beer tomorrow night, Henry.
There you go. Thanks, Brian. He said he prays for us.
I knew it.
Fish like a
I knew it.
Yep. So, oh yeah, he's a faithful guy playing the fantasy football as well. So,
yeah, we summed up early on about the fantasy football. We still carrying close to 70 for that, John?
yep, we have probably 68. We had a couple people drop off.
Okay.
All
right.
But it's okay. You know, they're still hanging around here and there. So,
very good.
Yeah,
very good.
We still got our strong contingent. So,
yep,
it's a good contest.
Yep. So, we got Flyers action tomorrow night to go up against another Phillies game. Mike Schmidt checking in from Citizens Bank Park. Thank you, Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike Schmidt. Is our lead safe tonight? I don't know, Nick. Let's fingers crossed, right?
Oh,
Let's keep our fingers crossed that it is. Yeah.
We're good. We're good tonight.
Yep, for sure.
We got that crowd behind us there, behind them now. It's all good.
Yep, Mike is at the game. Yep, good for him. Lauren and Anthony and myself will be down there tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Section 106. Look for us.
Yeah, 106. Is that where we're at?
Home run territory.
That's I was getting ready to say that's right there in the outfield.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice.
Harper hit one over your head tonight.
Somebody threw their Harper or their Jason Worth
hand
on the field. Did you guys see that?
No,
yeah.
I did not.
That foam fist, they threw it down to Castellanos and he threw it back up.
Nice. Did they throw it or drop it?
Who knows?
He might have been trying to give him a fist pump and it went flying off.
Yeah, right. There you go. But this Red October is music to our ears, along with the Eagles being 5-0 and heading up to a nice play, Harper.
Yeah.
Way to go dig it out. All right. Nice.
It should be a good game going up to New York.
Yeah, what are they? What are the Jets? 2-3?
Yeah. I mean,
2-3. So they'll give them a fight. They got a nice defense.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. The offense is, not so much, but the defense is, a pretty good defense. So it'll be nice to see Chase or Sauce Gardner going up against AJ Brown. See how they match him up there.
Yeah. It's another 4:05 game?
Yeah.
4 o'clock game?
Yeah, because I guess they figured Rodgers was going to be there, so they made that a 4 o'clock primetime game with Rodgers being in there initially. But
so this is the week, Nick, that they go to Devontae Smith, and they just they look off of AJ, let him draw the coverage,
right?
And it'll be a big week for Devontae,
as it should be.
100%.
Him and also Goddard should have a nice game going out there.
Yep. Hey, Anthony, let me drag you into the show. With all these Reading Phillies, up there with the big club, what's the talk amongst the staff up there? They got to be pretty excited about this, right?
Yeah, no, they're excited. I mean, most people either going at the game tonight, tomorrow. They got a game next round. I don't know that people aren't no one's getting too excited too quick. You got that game the other night kind of put you in check a little bit that it's not that easy. I think you got to the first game win and people thought we were rolling and that you're going to get all the way to the championship without a fight. But you know, the Braves are a pretty good team for a reason. But I think in general, people are excited for the young guys. A lot of, I think Steven from our office is down there tonight, a bunch of other people. And then there's a few more tomorrow. And then we have, the next couple rounds, a bunch of different people going. But it's just nice that they offer that, which is very nice. They don't have to do it. So it's really nice. People are excited, but they're not getting a little crazy yet. They want to make sure it's for real.
Well, and John and I talk about this all the time. The Phillies are, they're a stacked club. They've got a lot of options and they've got a lot of really good players. And as we saw the other night, they're going to lose by beating themselves.
Right.
You're not going to.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the way that this team would have to lose. I mean, I feel like if you can get past the Braves, not that anyone is easy after that, but I feel like the Braves are the best team in baseball. If you can beat the Braves, the only way you're going to lose to the other teams is if you do it on your own.
Yep.
I mean, it would be great. It would be great if the Diamondbacks could pull off a sweep. I don't know if that's realistic against the Dodgers team. That's very unexpected. But let's pretend the Phillies play the Diamondbacks. You feel good about that, and then you're in the World Series at that point. So,
yep.
Yeah. I mean, now. You're not getting ahead of ourselves, but if you watch that Texas game last night, Texas looks like the real deal. I mean, they could hit pretty well. I know Baltimore's young, but there's a lot of good teams right now, so you just got to play one game at a time.
Well, it's funny to see the Dodgers down 2-0 and they're heading out to Arizona. You know what I mean? And Arizona just needs one win in 2 games, right?
Yeah,
and then the Phillies have home field advantage for the next round.
Yeah,
for the championship.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but
No, it's crazy. I mean, Kershaw. I mean, he's had so much problems in the playoffs every year, but the game the other day was just really. I actually felt bad for him. It was horrible showing at home. You got to win one of those games. They look bad in both of those games. So if you're Arizona, all you got to do is win one of the next couple and you're good to go. And I don't know that many people, I mean, obviously on the East Coast, we don't get to watch a lot of those games. And a lot of those games out there, most people are watching, the Padres or the Dodgers. So I think the Diamondbacks for a lot of people on the East Coast have sort of gone under the radar. I don't know that I could have named other, if I haven't been watching many of those guys on the team, but they're a nice young team and they're playing well. So nothing's going to be, as you go further ahead, it just gets harder and harder. But hopefully the Braves, I think, were the best team. If they could beat the Braves, they should be good.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to watch because the Diamondbacks are a hot team right now. As far as finishing up the season, they got hot, coming into the playoffs, and kind of like the Phillies did last year. So you kind of have to, watch out for them. The Phillies are the better team on paper, but they're just a hot team that you got to watch out for. And
I think the Phillies, a lot of these teams can hit, right? You can hit. Right. The Orioles struggle because they're young and they weren't hitting when they needed to. But the difference between the Phillies and the other team is their bullpen I feel like has definitely gotten better. Where it was before. Not everyone's team's bullpen is you feel comfortable going out there with every single guy. And there's not, other than maybe Sir Anthony every now and then, most of those guys, you feel comfortable with them going out there. If they do give up a hit, they're kind of little hits. And so, no, I think they're in a good shape and people are excited about it.
Yeah. What's Noah's pitch count, John?
I don't know. I can't see on the little screen. But,
76.
Yeah, I was going to say, 76.
76. So you're probably looking at like this could be his last batter, maybe?
Yeah, I just don't know. He's in the fifth. What's at the bottom of the fifth? I don't, or the top of the fifth there.
It'd be nice to get another inning out of him, but.
Yeah, I think this would be a little bit early to force him out right now. But
they got 2 guys going out there. They got Strom and
Hoffman.
Yeah, and Hoffman. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be going for much longer, but I don't know. He's moving pretty good.
If he gets if he can get out of this inning, I bet you they let him throw a batter or two the next one. But if he gets another guy on base, that might be it.
Yeah, but it's 6-1, and it's just I don't know. It's just because tomorrow you're going to have Ranger coming out there again, and you're going to do the same thing, and have him come, pitch one time through the rotation and get to Olsen again, and then pull him out of the game, and it's just you're gonna be using the bullpen a lot if that's the theory you're going to go with.
Some of these guys could pitch a little bit longer. I mean, I know they want to save some of these arms, but some of these guys,
he's got it. He's got it.
Attaboy. Attaboy. It was a long out.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian Brown brings up a great conversation piece about Charlie Manuel. Charlie's home, sure dialed into his Phillies. I don't know about travel plans for Charlie being able to come to Philly, but John and I were talking about this today. It'd be great to do a live shot of him, on the video board during the game. I just think the place would go absolute bonkers. So yeah, a lot of love and prayers being sent down to Winter Haven, Florida for Charlie. He's doing well. He's on the road to recovery. Let's just hope it all continues. I like your approach tonight, Brian Brown. I wish you could join us more often.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree, Shawnee. He's got to go 6 at least.
Well, now that he got out of that inning, they're liable to bring him back for, and as Wheeler says, just have somebody warmed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're going to have at this point his leash is going to be, I guess, weak, low, but you got a 6-1 lead, with your second best pitcher on the mound, so I think you have a leash, like you said, but somebody warmed up, but he's got to go out there as long as he can.
Yeah.
So that you have guys. You may need everybody again like tomorrow. I mean, if you're going to use 5-6 guys again tomorrow, you don't have the off day.
Yep.
Like you did.
It's a good point, John. Yep. It's a good point. Yep.
Then you'll get the you'll have time off if you win tomorrow as well. So, or if you need them for Game 5, but you win tonight, and then worry about tomorrow. But try to go as long as you can with them, especially with the 6-1 lead. If it was 3-1, all right, it's a little bit different story, but he like you said, you see him warmed up and you see him get a couple guys on. All right, then you bring somebody in. But
I feel like I mean, maybe it's just in general. I feel like the pitching questions, maybe more in recent years because analytics or whatever it might be. I feel like not that people always hasn't questioned pitching moves with managers, but I feel like people question a lot what the manager does with pitching. It was great the other day because he struck all those guys out, but God forbid anything would have been different, then the people would have been really upset. But I think obviously the manager knows his guys more than anyone else. And, I think they got a good bullpen. There's none of those guys that really – are there any of those guys that came in the other day that you get really worried about? Not really. If Sir Anthony has a little trouble, they'll get him out. You know what I mean? So there's no one that scares you.
I do with Hoffman. And I mean, not that he hasn't done well. There goes Harper around looking at Arcia.
Yeah, he wanted no part. He wanted no parts of him.
No, he had his head down.
Yeah, he cowered. He cowered on that.
But Hoffman, I do a little bit, and he's showing that he's done stuff this year. But just now that it's the playoffs, it's a little bit different animal going to the playoffs. And I think the more for him. I think the more the team sees a pitcher like him, they can get on him. Where Alvarado, has a little bit more. Harper had a second one?
Did he get one? Did he get it?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh, Mr. October.
He's staring him down again.
Mr. October.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh.
Look at that.
Oh. So, no, he laid into him after the other game.
Yeah.
That guy almost fell over the fence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't want he wanted to catch that ball real bad.
That's why they don't keep
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when do you guys think the switch sort of flipped? Because I feel like if you go back to prior shows when we're talking about the Phillies in the middle of the summer, we weren't fans of the bullpen. They made us nervous. We didn't really like it. You know, we never really got anybody in the off season. We weren't sure how far they could take us. And now all of a sudden I hear the bullpen's great. We've got faith in them. It's all right if they pull Nola because we've got guys lined up. When did that switch, or is it just the guys sort of finally found their rhythm?
Well, I'll give you my 2 cents on it. I just think, Alvarado was hurt, so, you take him out of the equation. Sir Anthony was trying to find his way,
And he was hurt as well.
and, you had a lot of variables that were uncertain, and I just think, just like the rest of the team, they're built for the playoffs.
And Hoffman wasn't here to start the season as well.
If
It wasn't for Harper. Harper found them basically because he was up in Lehigh pitching, and Harper was doing his workouts at Citizens Bank Park, and he was pitching to him to get them ready for live pitching. And he's like, "Why isn't this guy up?" when he saw him, pitching. So yeah, there's been a few pieces that were added. And then plus during that time in the summer, it seemed like guys were being overworked because they were in the beginning of the season. They weren't letting the starters go as long.
Right.
So they got overworked, and then it wore them out a little bit. So it struggled a little bit. Now, Topper's figured it out. The season's going along, and the starters are going a little longer, not using the bullpen as much. You got guys back. So yeah, they got stronger as the season went along.
We didn't know who the closer was for the longest time.
Right. Yeah. Kimbrel finally said
Topper was non-committal on, who the closer was going to be. He had his choice of 4 guys, for crying out loud.
Right.
But it's all come together, right? It's all come together. It's all happy, Red October. It's you can't rain on our parade, Lauren. Come on.
I wasn't raining on anything.
Well, I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this.
It's my job to ask the questions.
Questions.
My job.
You got to keep this show on the rails.
Yeah, well, because it can quickly go off. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
So earlier on, Sean mentioned that if the Diamondbacks win tonight, there's no Game 4 tomorrow night for the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, which then shifts the time frame of the Phillies game. And I know he's going to tell me that it's all about TV and it's all about,
it is
TV money.
It is.
But fortunately for me, for you, Dad, we have jobs that allow us to take off. Yeah, that are flexible. They allow us to take off when we need to. But not everyone has that capability. So you plan for a 6:07 start. Now it could be 8:07, which could drastically change how people are able to go to that game. If you're somebody who might be a teacher or wakes up, construction, whatever, really early Friday morning, an 8:07 start might not be possible for you now. And so maybe you purchase tickets with your hard-earned money thinking the game was going to be at 6:07, and now it might be at 8. And
yeah.
I get it. It's the almighty dollar that matters, but I just think
it doesn't matter.
It's crappy. I think it's a crappy situation, even for somebody like me. Like I said, my job is super flexible, and I'm very appreciative of that. But the idea that I have no idea what time we're leaving tomorrow, I don't know what time the gates are going to open.
You will tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel like a great.
But that's how this always is. Every postseason is based on to be determined
I
time.
enjoy a good tailgate.
This is me bringing it up, saying that this is a shitty way to go about it. I personally feel
I don't
like.
think there's a better way to fix it. There's nothing. There's nothing.
I don't think that there is. I just think it stinks.
Sorry, but they would say it's 2 hours later, so you have more time to get there. So there you go. They don't worry about your morning.
They're not worried about your next morning, but also people who thought maybe the game was going to be at 6:07 and works third shift.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean,
Yeah,
That's good
it's
parenting, Nick Graff. That's good parenting. That
Yeah.
you know,
It's a crappy situation. I feel like.
yeah, because I mean, people aren't going to be getting home until 2 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, in the morning.
you go to the diner, have breakfast, get some extra coffee, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah. As Jack says, that's why they make sick time. Call off the next day. But
Hey, while I hate to bring up a sore subject, but we got Jack on board with our resident Flyer guy. What are you expecting? You got a prediction for us for the season there, Jack? Flyer guy, come on. What do you got? Got a super young team. I know that. What's your predictions? That would be Connor Bedard, and I'm not going to tell you his last name anymore. Driving me crazy.
so, what do you think, though, Carl? While we're waiting for Jack, you think that's
It's going to be a long. You think the Sixer season's going to be long? The Flyer season's going to be very long. No one cares about the Flyers right now. I got you. You're 100% right. I just, I mean, it's, Danny Briere. I think they did a great job tearing it down and getting rid of some bad apples and putting this team back together.
How many people in the Phillies stadium right now do you think know the Flyers start tomorrow?
6.
There might be another one of me. I don't know. There might be another one of me.
Okay.
Well, you ought to do an official poll tomorrow when you go down there. You have to ask, do you know the Flyers?
That's exactly what they want to poll on.
Well, other than it's going to make the parking not as fun, especially if they make it an 8 o'clock game, so then the parking.
Hey, I hope in a couple of 2-3 years, we can have this conversation and the new orange and black is, getting into the Lord Stanley. So I hope we're celebrating a few more years together and we can talk about hoisting Lord Stanley. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's Philly. No one cares. No one cares tonight. Yeah. Call me in November about hockey. All right, Nick. I got you. But anyway, Flyers season opens up tomorrow night in Columbus.
I think they're going to surprise some people this year. I think they're going to be a little bit better than we're expecting. I mean, I don't think we're expecting much, so that's not really saying a whole lot, but I think they'll be a little bit better than we're anticipating.
Just think, in a couple of weeks, we'll have all 4 of our teams, all 5 of our teams going at it. So it's a great time of year.
So you're saying, Carl, that this show can't end until the Flyers win a Stanley Cup? Because you said we'll be talking about them.
Wow.
Like Jack has mentioned many times, he just wants to be alive for a Stanley Cup.
There you go.
I'd love to see another Stanley Cup. I mean, they're a great franchise. They'll always be a great franchise. It's Philly. We love our sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we got going? What's the score there?
7-1.
7-1. We're adding on.
Oh yeah,
we're adding on. That's a good thing.
So what do you think tomorrow? Since you guys are going, how do you think the crowd's going to be giving a reception to Strider tomorrow when he's out there pitching? When he doesn't like the noise of the crowd.
It's going to be even louder. That was the worst thing for him to say.
Exactly. He says he was only kidding, but
big crowds.
They had better have extra security out there in the bullpen area.
Yeah, when he's warming up.
Yeah.
Do you think he warms up underneath in the tunnels and not go out to the bullpen?
I don't know. Is that an option?
I think they do. have that for, but I'm not. And Anthony, you might know a little bit better than I because I haven't been down. I know they have the batting tunnels.
There's tunnels down there. I mean, he could pitch in those tunnels just like he could pitch out in the.
I imagine
in the
during like a
outfield.
Rain delay or something like that,
Yeah,
there's
no.
got to be some coverage somewhere.
I mean, he might go there. Yeah, I mean, you got to get on him early. That's a guy who doesn't seem to like any like obstacles. You need to hit him early and get in his head, get a couple hits, and then get him out of there.
No, I don't think that'll be a problem, Phillies fans.
Yeah, get on him real quick.
Don't they know by now to not give us any kind of? We need no further energy for something like that.
Well, I mean, for a team like Atlanta, you know who you would think, they would have somewhat of an idea not to give the other team any edge. I mean,
right.
What Harper went through the other night, and he obviously came back tonight, and in your face. Okay, how about that, Atlanta?
Exactly.
And this whole Strider thing, with being a loud stadium. I mean, why would you even make that comment?
Yeah,
I think he definitely had to regret that afterwards because even in general, not even just Phillies related, it makes it sound horrible for the people that are paying to go to your stadium. I mean, that's just a bad comment that I'm sure right afterwards he regretted. I would imagine.
Well, he made it sound like it was like they must have been asking him questions like all the Braves players. What's your hot take? So they were kind of coming up with an outlandish, statement.
Okay, well, first of all, if that's a Braves employee, like on Twitter or whatever the hell they're doing, that's a horrible question. All you're doing is setting your people to get up in trouble. And if that's the case, you would hope that it would have been taped and not live because that's even worse. You could have got rid of it.
Well, I'm sure it was a Phillies reporter. We should dig into that and find out and make sure we buy them a beer tomorrow night. So.
Yeah.
Well, then people separately, not to. I said this the other day, but not to be in their defense. But Lauren was saying, "Hey, a lot of seats look empty there," and I said, "Well, you have to understand. I'm not in their defense, but they're there all the time, right? In the playoffs, so the first couple rounds, people don't show up as much until they're like in the championship. But the problem with that is, if you don't go to the championship, then you missed everything, and the place was empty.
Right.
That place, you see it.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just telling you, like, if a team's good every single year, a lot of times people don't go to the first couple rounds because they're just used to it.
Well, Atlanta's a city where a lot of people transfer to. You don't have you don't have true Braves fans either.
Well, the problem is, I mean, they moved that stadium from downtown to like the suburbs, and people from the city aren't there as much. So it's a lot of wealthier people from the suburbs, and if they don't feel like going to the game that night, they're not going to go. I guess the issue for them is just like you watch some of these other games. You watch the Texas last night. I mean, none of these stadiums seem as loud, like not even close. Like they're waving their towel and stuff, but they don't seem as vocal. Any of them. It's another level.
Well,
plus it's hard to get to
there's sports fans, and then there's Philly fans. So
exactly, yep, that's true.
We got blamed the other night for throwing the trash on the field, and it wasn't even us.
Sure wasn't.
Yeah, that kind of went away too, right? If that was here in Philadelphia, you'd still be hearing about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good thing, it's.
So what are we going into the seventh inning? Top of the seventh?
No, I think it should be the sixth.
Sixth.
Is it the sixth?
Yeah.
I'm trying to push this game along.
Yeah, no, it's the sixth.
Can you tell?
Yeah, but it's like we were talking about it earlier today too, Carl. It's like how do the Braves not have a third starter? They're a team that's the best team in baseball record wise. They know they're going to be going to the playoffs. It's not like they were the Marlins that just snuck in and may or may not have had a chance to make the playoffs. And to have two rookies that you had to choose from to go out there as your third starter.
Well, the guy who started tonight was their all-star. I mean, he was 7-2 the first half of the season, right?
He was, yeah.
And then he shit the bed the second half of the season.
Yeah, once the teams got to know who he was, you saw
Charlie Morton's not Charlie Morton anymore.
No.
Right? And we used to like say, like, how does Atlanta keep coming up with all this good pitching? Well, right. I guess the well has finally run dry.
Yeah, I mean, the guy last night had the blister, Max Fried. So him and
hasn't he been hurt more than he's been healthy?
He has, and so same with the other kid. What was the who tore his ACL in the playoff earlier, or like a year or two ago, and then he's been back. He hasn't pitched well either. So yeah, they're down a few guys themselves, but you still got to go out and get somebody. It's like even if it's just anybody, you can't have two rookies go as your two options.
Yeah, they didn't do much at the deadline, that's for sure.
Right.
They thought they were going to run away from it from start to finish.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And Anthony, what do you think with Major League Baseball? You think they changed the way this second series goes with the teams? Potentially three of the four teams who had the bye lose. Do you think that that changes their thinking at all because the bats get a little bit slowed up?
I hope not, because I feel like they're already in general the teams that have a bye, other than the Orioles, most of the time that'll end up being in the long run, I imagine, teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, blah, blah, blah. So if you start catering, I mean, they're already getting a week off, from playing. Every sport you want that. Maybe baseball you don't want it as much. It's not football where you're getting hit, so you might not. But
right.
No, I hope they don't, because I feel like then you're catering to those teams. They won, they got a round off. If they chose not to practice or hit or stay fresh, that's not anyone's fault. I mean, I don't think they should change that in particular. I mean, I don't even know how they would change it to make it different. What would you do?
Well, the only thing I was thinking is maybe you make it a 7-game series, just where it's a little bit longer, so that
for the second round.
What's that?
For the second round.
For the second round, just so that those teams have a chance.
You're gonna get you're gonna get these fans bitching, right? Yeah, all the Orioles fans are gonna be upset. All these,
you got the Dodgers. I mean, this happened last year as well. You had 3 of the 4 teams. The only ones that seem to figure it out is the Astros.
I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, will they consider it? Maybe, but I don't think that they should. I don't think that that's fair. I already think they have time off. In a 7-game series in an early round, that's not.
That also just tires out the other team that's been playing, that came off the wild card win, and now they potentially got to add 2 more games to it. So,
well, it does, but I think that's the advantage, for the team that had the better record. Just I don't know. It just seems 6 out of the 8 teams over the last 2 years, they lost.
Well, I hope they don't use a year or two, examples as reasons for it. I mean, I would be so excited if I had that time off to.
It's just hard for hitters though, because no matter how much you do, interleague games and that kind of stuff, you're not going to be able to keep that intensity.
Hey, I don't know. You guys were in deep conversation there, but Marshy just made a hell of a play in left field to hold that guy to a single.
Going to his right and made a nice slide.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something you're going to see in the score sheet, but he made a nice play.
Yeah,
made a real nice play.
That's why he's in left. That's why he's in left field.
100%. Yep.
You got quality outfielders now with two center fielders really with Marsh and Rojas. So you got guys that can cover ground out there, which helps. I don't know. It's just something to think about. Just since this is the 2 years that it's happened, that they've gone to this extended playoffs, that the team that had the best records in baseball, you get hurt basically by having to lay off.
Yeah, I mean, but going to 7 games for that same round is not going to really change anything. They have a couple more games they got to play, and they're still going to be in the same position. And to not give them the time off is just going back to what we had before. So,
oh right, yeah, there's nothing you can do as far as having the time off unless you add another team in each division or each conference, each league.
So let's move on and talk about Aaron Nola a little bit. In that his last 3 or 4 starts have really been solid.
Yes, they have.
And tonight again, big game pitcher. I'll ask the question: how can the Phillies let him walk?
They can't.
Well.
If somebody offers more money.
I guess the problem is someone comes in and offers them hundreds of millions of dollars or something ridiculous. You can't really blame the guy. At the same time, I don't know that he's necessarily worth that. Yes, he's pitched great now. Hopefully, he could put you through the playoffs. But that's those decisions that a Ruben Amaro. He's not the same as Ryan Howard, where he was getting old or anything like that. But Ruben Amaro at the end had to make decisions on guys that were older. And what do? They won the World Series, so you re-sign them, and you sign them to big contracts. Okay. Then they get old and they get hurt, and then Ruben Amaro's the schmuck. So he was in a lose-lose situation. I mean, it's not his fault they got hurt. This is going to be a tough one. I mean, he's going to if he can keep going through the playoffs like he's pitching, there's some team that's going to offer him a lot of money. And
there you go. Yeah. Tip of the cap.
Well, St. Louis is that team that's supposedly going to go after pitching hard this year. So, but I don't know.
Well, like you and I have talked a million times over, John.
Yeah.
You're going to let him walk, and who are you going to replace him with?
Right. I mean,
who are you going to give that money to?
Well, right, exactly. Blake Snell, you're going to give it to, and he hasn't pitched here in Philadelphia. He doesn't know how if he's able to pitch here. Noel knows the lay of the land. He's grown up here. He knows how to pitch. He's a hard worker. He keeps his nose to the grindstone and just does what he has to.
And for the most part, he's been healthy. No,
right. I mean, yeah, he's a 200 inning. He goes out there and gives you everything. You're not going to find many pitchers better than him on the market, or we scrutinize them because we see him every day. Right. And you just look at Blake Snell's record. You don't watch him pitch. It's like, oh, he had a great year this year. Okay, he's probably going to be the Cy Young Award winner, but look at him past two years before that. He's been just average.
Well, I wonder if he's going to get offered something that's crazy, or will he say, maybe I'll pull something like the Eagles do, where he says, hey, I don't need to take as much. I mean, at that age where it's time to sign a big contract, I'm imagining he's going to want to get paid. It's just if the Phillies want to pay him as much as the Dodgers or the Yankees, are a team that definitely could use the pitching, because you see how bad the Yankees were this year, and the Dodgers, you can't have that in the playoffs. So I don't know. I also don't know if he's like a Los Angeles type guy. He seems like quiet, and he doesn't want to.
Well, I think that has more to do with it than anything. We were talking last week about how he's not a big splashy guy, and how the fans kind of give him some crap for that sometimes. But I think that's what keeps him here. He's not looking, I don't think, for some big splashy contract. He's not looking to break any record books or anything like that. I think he's just looking to be paid a reasonable amount for what he contributes to this team. And I do think that because he's a shyer guy, that's staying somewhere that he knows and that he likes, and he doesn't have to go learn another place, will have a lot to do with it. They're also expecting their first baby, so I'm sure that's got part of it as well factored into the decision he makes and how far he goes away from what they might know here already.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's where else are you going to go where he like Lauren said, he fits perfectly into this clubhouse. You got a team that's so closely knit. Where else are you going to find it unless like the Dodgers are able to come in and say, yeah, that they're going to do it.
I mean, if the Phillies offer is similar, even if it's a little bit less, let's say, if it's similar to the Dodgers or the Yankees or someplace that's going to pay him, is one thing. If they're $10 million off, whatever, a significant amount of money, he might not have much of a choice. I mean, he's got to do what's best for him. He can only play so long. So hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully they, engage as soon as it's over with and they get it all figured out.
Well, that, and plus just like they did last year, they had $300 and some million to give Turner, right? So after having a nice long World Series run, hopefully again this year, they're going to have money to spend. It might be a different story if Andrew Painter didn't, blow out his arm, and you had him potentially coming into the rotation to replace Nola next year. And we may not see Nola or Painter until 2025. So I mean it's a long ways away if he comes back at all. I mean, you hate to say that, but we've seen other guys have their arms blown out and they're not able to come back. Sixto Sanchez is another good example of it. So,
but I think, not to cut you off, John, but looking at Nick's comment, I mean, I can see that happening. The Cubs and the Cubs specifically, and the Cardinals. First time I've seen in my lifetime the Cardinals in last place.
Right.
They're gonna spend some money. They're tired of not they don't want the Reds and the Brewers at the top of that division, and LA is gonna spend some crazy money. So hopefully the Phillies could just stay in that realm. You know what I mean?
I think the Dodgers are going after Ohtani though. I think that's what they're opening that money up for.
Well, there's not. Yeah, again, I guess there's not many teams that could afford them. I don't see even the Yankees. I mean, I don't feel like we'd want to spend. I don't know where you could go besides Los Angeles, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what they opened it up. I mean, unfortunately, he his arms blown out, but the Dodgers have the ability that they'll take him on and as a hitter and go from there. But yeah, I mean, Noah might get that kind of money. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. I can't see him in another uniform, unfortunately.
It's crazy. You look. Sometimes we're sitting there and it's late. Winter or early winter before spring training, and you're looking at and some of these you never know from year to year. Some years they're not spending much. There's other years where they're throwing hefty amounts of money on guys that aren't very good. So if Aaron Nola continues pitching like he is right now, he could get a hefty contract if that's the kind of year we're in, if there's not many people available.
Right. Well, no, true. No, he will. I mean, he deserves it. It's the other thing that hurts him a little bit. He's 30 years old, so he's not going to get that long-term deal. He might get a 4 or 5 year deal, so which might help the Phillies in the long run. You got a two more years you got with this team. So you got to have the pitching. Like you say it all the time. You need pitching, it's they need to have. They don't have anybody else coming up in the reserves. Mick Abel struggled a little bit going from Double-A to Triple-A. So
this is a pivotal 6th inning there, John. They got first and second. We can't let them back in this game tonight.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like that move pulling them out.
They brought Strom in, and he immediately. Here we go. There's another hit. There's a run. Yeah, I'm not liking this.
They're going to take him out. Don't worry. They'll take him out. He's not going to leave anyone in too long. They'll take him right out.
I don't know who else is warming up. When they brought Strom in, I don't know. I didn't catch who else was in there.
Hoffman was warming up, but keep that camera on first base because RC is there at first base with Harper now. We got to keep that camera on first base.
So I've got a $1 million question to close out the show.
Uh-oh.
The Phillies make it to the World Series just in time for Rhys Hoskins to come back and join the club.
Nope.
Kyle Schwarber is continuing to sort of be kind of a lackluster performance this postseason.
Ooh.
Do you put Rhys Hoskins in leading off DH over Schwarber? And I would prefer just a yes or no answer to start. Then you can get into conversation.
I'm going to say absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay. Yes or no? That was it.
Before you get into the conversation, you can only say yes or no.
John?
I gotta go a solid no.
John?
Yeah, I'm the same. No, because you can't. Schwarber's bat's too valuable.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, he hit close to 50 home runs, doing what he's. Oh boy.
Yeah, but
No, we got it.
even if he did it, that damn guy has to hit in a year. I mean, you can't. No.
Is
Here's
there another scenario where Hoskins does fit into the lineup when you're in the World Series?
No.
Or do you just bring him back to be part of the team and say, we'll catch you next year?
He's taking Weston Wilson's spot.
Wilson,
Or
Cave.
Jake Cave, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's already part of the team. I guess. Did anybody confirm? Did he go to Florida? Is he working out in Florida?
That was the rumor. That's what everybody kept saying.
I haven't seen him on the bench or anything, so I got to assume he is. But I mean, being out all year and not hitting live pitching and just jump into that role. I got to stick with what got us there, and that's Schwarber. That's Schwarber in the leadoff spot. He struggles, but you know what? He can just that quick. He can bounce back.
Yeah, no, and Hoskins will just be, unfortunately, a cheerleader, taking Jake Cave's spot, and if we need him for a swing here or there, you can do that. Like you said, you can't throw him into it, getting 4 at bats every night because, he just hasn't had the
right,
bats this year, and as much as I like Hoskins, I mean, it's just reality. You just can't.
But could you imagine that he's on the bench, he gets brought in to pinch hit for whoever and makes like the game-winning home run,
storybook ending?
I mean, I think Citizens Bank Park could explode if that happened.
Oh no, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, and that you see it. You see the guys getting pinch hits here and there. Maybe Brandon Marsh doesn't get the pinch hit or Pache doesn't get the pinch hit, but they go out and play the outfield afterwards. You use Hoskins in that spot, to come off with that bat, especially for a Pache type of thing. If they're taking Marsh out of the game, let Hoskins get that big hit hopefully, and then Pache goes out and plays the defense after that.
Yeah.
Or if he doesn't hit the home run, he gets on first base, then Pache pinch runs for him. I have goosebumps thinking about it. If Hoskins, does something like that, it would be, amazing. He's another guy. I don't see him or Noel. I can't see being outside of this Phillies uniform, but it may happen. But it won't be a fun day to see either one of those two leave for me anyway.
All right, where are we at? Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-2.
Yep, 7-2.
Is that where we're at? And
it looks like Rojas, I think, is up.
Unfortunately, we've come to our hour-long. And by the way, great night, great adding. The Phillies live. Talking Phillies with the Phillies being live shot part of our show. Just all of it has been awesome, and everybody that's joined the show, and keep an eye out in your mailbox because somebody's going to get a mystery baseball. So we'll pick a winner, and you just keep an eye out in your mailbox over the course of the next week, and you may have won yourself a prize from this Fan's View.
We may have to go another hour, so by the time I get home, the game might be over, and I'll be missing. we might have to go. We might have to go a whole another hour here. I don't know.
Well, we probably could.
Early on in the show, Brian had asked about my thoughts on the Sixers and James Harden, but we skipped over that question mainly because, Brian, you said you were keeping it positive tonight, so I opted to skip over your questioning. I am not very optimistic about the Sixers. just in case
So-
anyone was curious what my thoughts were. That's where I'm at.
It's a positive Sixer comment.
I choose to not further comment.
We'll have plenty of time. Hey, real quick, next week, Hanrahan's Irish Pub. We've got 2 NFL greats. One's in the Hall of Fame, and the other has done a lot of great Hall of Fame work. Bob Angelo and Ray Didinger will both be at Hanrahan's Irish Pub. We're not sure what the Phillies schedule will be. Hopefully, we got fingers crossed that, we'll have Phillies baseball on along with us again next week. Hey, is that a fair ball? No, foul ball. So come out and join us if you're anywhere near Drexel Hill, the heart of Delco, Hanrahan's Irish Pub. We've got 2 great books. I believe Ray's book is One Last Read. Lauren, Is that correct?
Yep.
And Bob Angelo has also put out a new book on his NFL career with NFL films. Ray Didinger wrote the foreword for that book. So both books will be available that night. So we're going to talk lots of football with those 2 gentlemen. We can also get their take on the hopefully 6-0 Eagles and the Phillies advancing to the next round of baseball this year. So we got a lot of great things going on. It's our 5th year. Is that a shot? No.
You hit it hard, but right at Acuna.
We're celebrating our 5th year. We weren't sure if we were going to make it through 5 months. And here we are, 5 years. So we got to go another 5 so that we can see the Flyers hoist Lord Stanley.
Wow.
So
There you go.
So there you go, guys. Another great week. John, thanks for the hookup with the TV. You always do great work. Any closing comments from you guys?
Does Shawnee and Rory have a great time up in New York with the Jets game and bring us home a win?
Yeah, Rory's a big Jets fan, so
yeah.
Good luck with that, Rory. I don't know. I see 2 and 4 in your future, so
that's going to have the more fun this weekend.
I think so. Emily, Henry, Ginny. I don't know who else is coming in that crowd, but I'll meet you in the beer line. So
enjoy. Bring us home a win.
Anthony,
And
Lauren, you let me know your schedule. I'm as flexible as any flexible old man can be. So
he was touching his toes today, so he is flexible.
Wow. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good these days. This Red October's got me all fired up. So got me all
Trey
fired
Turner
up.
with the home run.
Did he get one?
Oh yeah.
Attaboy.
Yep. Piling on.
The big money coming alive.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
The red lights are on, and the big boys are stepping up.
There you go. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the week. The Phillies are about to do some great things, and we're going to be right there along with them. So we will hopefully see you all next week.
Sounds good.
Take care.
Thank
you.